If anybody actually thinks that Nigeria is operating on democracy, that government they call democracy, that they say the government of the people, for the people, by the people, anybody have the slightest mentality that that is what Nigeria is operating on, then you better go back to your sleep, take a deep breath, and then wake up in another country where democracy is truly practiced. Yes, because this issue of VDM being adopted is getting out of hand. It is over 72 hours now, and there is no concrete information from the adopter. Some said it's DSS, some say it's EFCC. Where exactly is VDM? As we speak now, nobody is certain about it. For those that have taken the protest to the EFCC, none set their eyes on VDM to have that 100% certitude that he is indeed there. Okay, we've heard from EFCC because there's been a public outcry that how can you adopt somebody in that manner? Till now, there's been no public statement from the commission, from whoever he is with. Then we saw some news with the BBC Pidgin. We said, okay, they finally spoke. But when I look at what they complain about, that is for multiple petitions from certain Nigerians, they cannot disclose to protect their interest, and it's for cyberbullying, whatever, and they are going to charge into court. It doesn't even make sense to me. Cyberbullying, or whatever cyber you call it, is not a financial crime. It's not an economic crime. So that shouldn't be a job for the EFCC. So I was not okay with the news. Perhaps that's why I never said anything about it. Because I'm not always in a hurry to jump into issue. I just want to be patient. That's why I don't give breaking news. I bring you the news when I'm sure this is what it is and this is what it's not. Now, there's been a news now from the EFCC debunking the news we earlier heard from the BBC Pidgin. They've debunked it and that it is fake, which I saw coming. Yes, I know that news wasn't authentic. Now, EFCC, the energy, the chance you had to debunk that news, why can't you use that same chance to tell Nigerians what VDM have done? It's over 72 hours now, for goodness sake. What is his crime? Why are you holding him? What exactly do you want from him? See, most of us that have been following VDM, we know the EFCC or whoever is with, but many believe it is with the EFCC. So let's go by that. If it is because of the word he said about the EFCC being corrupt and that he has evidence, because I'm beginning to believe now, because if VDM was arrested for a public crime, a public statement would have long been issued. That is obvious. Because I thought at the end of today, Monday, they were going to bring him out to say, okay, he's being charged because this is his crime. Nothing. So perhaps now they are still trying to find a way around to incriminate that guy, or trying to find out what evidence he has in his possession to see if they can break it. If this is the case, this is really not democracy. It is not what democracy. Because the moment I learned that they take their phone, they took their phone, asked for their password forcefully and break into his phone, I know they were looking for something. Not something to incriminate him, but something to cover their own dirty acts. Because we all watched video when he told them that EFCC is corrupt and that they should come and take him to court and he will prove it that he has evidence. That's exactly what they came after this young man for. So they have no other story now to cook to the public. They have no story that will match their action. Hence, they've refused to speak. But because we have a lawless society and where the people don't even really have where to cry to, nothing is happening. How can you just adopt such a public figure, somebody in the personality of VDM, and you are quiet, you are not saying anything? When you adopted, the way you adopted him, let us assume he committed cyberbullying or cyber stalking, like the fake BBC Pidgin News said. Do you blindfold people to arrest them? That is only kidnappers does that. And the VDM we know, with the profile he has built for himself, I can't see VDM as that kind of person that you will need to go boggle from the house. You send him an invitation, he will always honor it. Isn't that that is how it has been? But this has been a different thing. So even as I speak now, I can't place my head on any particular direction on where this thing is going, where it's coming from, and what could be playing. But one thing I'm sure of, EFCC is having a personal vendetta on VDM. Because recently I've been calling them out for they are being corrupt. That is exactly where I think they are working on. And I want to ask Deji, I want to believe Deji is really not around. Because Deji, if you are around, you cannot as well not know what is going on with VDM at this time, being his lawyer. That I don't, even though we live in a lawless country, but as a lawyer who have always stood his ground, who I know had a voice, you should know where VDM is and what exactly is happening to him. And perhaps you should be the one talking to us. Since the FCC would not say, they would not say, then the lawyer should have at least told Nigerians he is with the FCC, this is what they are holding him for. Then we will know. Not we hearing nonsense from every other corner, fake news here and there. And you know, when issues lingers like this, people begin to create news. So please, if EFCC have nothing against the man, they should let him go without further delay. But if you have something against him, make it public and take him to court. What is the meaning of all this? And tomorrow you say Nigeria is operating democracy. You are going after people supporting Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso, saying that they are calling for military takeover in Nigeria. If not a military dictatorship style that Nigeria is operating, where can you do this? In which other country can you do what they are doing to VDM now? You adopted somebody, you deny him access to everything. See, as we speak now for over 72 hours, no public statement from the commission. That is a lawless act and an act of tyranny.